This is regarding an item that's quite a bit later on the agenda. It's the report from staff on what to do following the last closed meeting investigation. And as I was the trigger for several closed meeting investigations, which most of them found that council was in some way acting illegally by not disclosing what they were discussing, by voting illegally, and by discussing things that they shouldn't have been. And this has been going on for a number of years, and it has reached quite epic proportions in terms of the volume. However, I want to say thanks to the staff who created this report. It's an excellent report. It is a protocol, actually, not a report. And it's been 4 years, so it's a long time coming. There have been suggestions in the past that this kind of thing would happen, or there would be a review, or there'd be training. But as you all know, nothing really happened, and now you have before you for tonight a draft protocol. Should you approve it, and should you follow it, all these illegalities should be a thing of the past. That'll be up to you. I have two observations about the report. First, the protocol does not contain any mechanism for councillors to move back into open session. It was a clear recommendation from the closed meeting investigator who said, and I quote, "Council should have clear procedures for moving into open session, including in cases where members are concerned that a voter discussion is no longer properly enclosed." That's not anywhere in the protocol that's been designed. The protocol as it stands is good, but it's missing that one, I think, key part. There is a reference to the chair preventing members from straying off topic, but there is no procedure to move back into open session, and there ought to be, according to the closed meeting investigator. The second the second issue I have is that there is a proposed amendment to bylaw 137-2017, and it's unclear as to how this proposal is related at all to the closed meeting investigations. It appears to be a standalone request to give the CAO the authority to hire and fire any and all staff at their discretion. The exception appears to be if the firing would cause more than $250,000 of payments to an individual, then it has to come to council. But other than that, this request would give the CAO, in my opinion anyway, the authority to hire and fire any and all staff. And it amends a bylaw, but the text of the bylaw isn't in the agenda. Nor is it part of the agenda for you to vote on as a bylaw. I'm not sure why, but it's not there. There were several occasions where council was found to be in violation of the act by voting on staffing issues. But this was not a recommendation to the closed meeting investigator that somehow you divest yourself of all hiring and firing and give it to somebody else. In my opinion, the solution is to exercise care when discussing hiring, but not to abandon that entirely to somebody else. Those are the only two problems I found with this report. As I said, it's about time. It's taken 4 years, but if you follow it and add the piece I suggested, you will find yourself not to be in violation of the law. I would therefore ask that council add to the otherwise excellent protocol a mechanism for moving into open session, and that council decline the amendment of bylaw 137-2017, and if necessary, discuss the matter as a separate item with a separate report. Normally when somebody asks something so big, there's a report as to why it's necessary, and there's nothing, as far as I can tell, in the agenda that says why this is necessary. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Your Worship.
Thank you, sir. And
Are
like
there
you
any
said,
questions?
I don't believe there are. I don't see any hands.